Baby grapes and baby strawberries, do I have an episode for you? Do you know what PsyOps is? PsyOps is psychological operations. We are no strangers to PsyOps in the land of crypto, friends. You see, we know that the government, what they continuously do is we know there's insiders out there. There's deep state insiders. We see it in crypto. We see it in the charts. Now, people who are not used to markets, they think it's all, they use the word conspiracy. No, but we know, you all know what's going on, friends. We understand the game. We understand there's some bigger forces at play. We don't know where they come from. You don't need to know where they come from. For example, do you need to know the name of the cloud that started raining on you tomorrow? No, you don't need to know the name of it at all, but you know what happens. This is what I'm here to tell you is going on. Now in crypto, what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to share with you some weird stuff that's been happening and also with the government, because we're going to see more of this stuff play out, friends, because I know BlackBerry is an ultimate Trojan horse on crypto because we are in the then they fight you phase. Okay, so first they ignore you, right? Which is early Bitcoin. Then they laugh at you. We are in the then they fight you phase. Eventually you win. So then you win at the very end, but we are in the fight phase. They have to scam everybody with the ETF. Now, what's actually happening is we can see that different articles came out to doom post at the bottom of El Salvador's pain, misery, and Bitcoin. So I want to show you right now. This article came in December 2022. Now, if you weren't following in 2022 as well, what happened, friends? Do you see now? This is where Do Kwon mysteriously got his order filled for 42,000 Bitcoin and he got crushed. And then they sent everything down. We know, like, people who don't know anything about life or the world, they stay naive. They think all of this happens by chance. But we know, we're insiders compared to everybody else, okay? We're actually outsiders, but we can see and sniff the game. We know that what happened was the government, the deep state, somebody, the globalists, somebody was tipped off to take down UST. Someone was tipped off to destroy crypto somewhere. Now, I don't know if it's specifically UST or Bitcoin, whatever it was. They had a goal of damaging the industry, to send us down, and send us down they did, right? Now, it's not surprising that they approved the Bitcoin futures ETF up here, okay? Now, we know this happened. During this time, and I was I was hyper tweeting here, the US Fed was obviously behind this, friends. The central banksters, whoever they are, they were releasing articles during this time saying USTD's a scam, Tether's a Ponzi, crypto's a Ponzi, these algo stable coins are evil, we need to regulate them. They were all coming down here and they were all cheering. The government was cheering, you could tell. It was all planned. And I'm here to show you some articles here. This is why I'm just going to share with you something, friends. Now, Bloomberg journalists, they were writing about El Salvador failing due to Bitcoin fever. It was funny that actually at the very, very, very bottom, right? The very bottom, they were writing, they were like cheering it on. They started cheering much, much earlier. All right. So I mentioned to you this, we have seen this time and time before, more than 10 times before. Do you really want to be the same side as journalists bottom ticking the cycle again? Ethereum and altcoins too. So what happens is, friends, El Salvador was going against the grain. All right. El Salvador has Bitcoin as a currency. Yeah, it's not fully adopted, but it's opening the mind for everyone in the world to know that they don't have to use the fiat because the US government can inflate the currency to disperse the inflation around the world. All right, they have dominance. Now, this is where we're going to take a bit of a turn because what I'm going to share with you, friends. Now, remember, the context of this video is PsyOps. We know when the government, it's so obvious, friends. We can see it right now. See, we are the younger generation, most of us. We have so much technology. We're one with it. We don't get fooled by this stuff. We're the new age kids on the block. When the government tries to PsyOps us, we can see it. You know when the government's lying. You know when the government is sending FUD at the bottoms of these Bitcoin circles, okay? Now I'm going to share with you what's going on in the land of UFOs, what happened, okay? In Peru, now I know this is going to sound absolutely off your marbles. In Peru, there's a video here, all right, of a village person. They actually see, okay, not Mr. Coin Bureau. We're going to see someone puts a film up to the sky. They're looking at a tree, all right? And what they say is there's some sort of bug alien looking at everybody, okay? And watch this. You can hear the dogs in the village actually go nuts as well. Have a listen. Watch. Look at this weird thing. What's going on? Hello, Mr. Alien. This weird bug creature in the trees. Okay. Now, friends, we know some of this stuff's getting crazy. You're hearing UFOs, the Congress, UFOs are real, aliens real. But I can't help but wonder what comes next. Because what I'm about to share with you shocks you. Now, I see this video, I watched it a few times, and I'm like, man, weird stuff's going on. Okay, weird stuff's going on. All right, there's weird bug alien. By the way, one of the women actually got lacerations from it. Okay, a lot of weird stuff happening. Now, this next part is going to shock you. Okay, you know the US government, what they do is just like with El Salvador, okay, the Peru government, their media was given instructions. Have a read this, okay? This is the funniest part. You know what I just showed you? This bug in the tree. Now, you would not have thought anything of this. I think, you know what? Is it doctored? Is it fake? Is it some dude in a suit? Weird stuff going on. Now, look, okay. The first 8 videos, okay, it could be guys in a suit. But like after 100, you're like, hey, what if one of them's just real? But look what comes out, okay? This is one of the most absurd and blatant cover-ups I've ever seen. They crafted a preposterous story that will satisfy the details of this incident. Do you know the video I just showed you? And they paid villagers to affirm it. Look what they said, friends. Look at this villager. They paid a villager. Look what they said that alien dude in the tree was. They said it was an illegal miner with a jetpack. Yes. And you know this picture that they put on the phone in the official media? It's actually funny. Somebody found it. They said, regarding the Peru aliens, here is the exact photo that the news report is making it look like. They took a local photo. It turns out that it's from a French pilot stuntman named Frankie Zapata traveling the English Channel on a stunt. Now, this is... it gives you goosebumps. It's like, wait a minute. If this was fake, why did the government go out of their way to pay villagers to tell them that it was an illegal miner with a jetpack? All right. See, one data point, friends. Okay, but you're like, all right, now, how many crazy stories have we heard now? Hello? Someone's losing their marbles. Okay, and then, you know, you put one of these together on the side. You're like, man, really? Bugs? Bug dudes, okay? Yes, apparently there's different bugs out there. And I actually looked them up. You see, they say there's different alien races. And there's apparently these bug dudes that people have been seeing when they go on the ship. And I want to know, if you are a bug dude, I got one question for you, buddy. All right? I got one question for you, sir. Just please tell us when the bull market is coming. Because it's been a long time. I don't know what you alien dudes have got planned for us. But you know exactly what we've been waiting for, please. And you know I have more to share with you. Now, beside the bug people, the bug dudes, throughout human history, thousands of years, friends, this is the crazy part. Different religions have the reptilian person conspiracy theory. Now, if you've been playing games, videos, movies, you know this. I'm like, oh, it's always like reptilian dudes. But it's crazy. They have these specific weird shaped head. They have like these 3 weird skulls. Now, this is what I was like, hang on. What's going on here? Now, what I'm about to show you is also going to shock you. Because there is a video here. This is, friends, you're gonna lose your mind here. There is a video here that YouTube went out of their way to shadow ban. Okay? Now, the government is smart. When they want to delete something, they never fully delete it. They shadow ban it. So you can't access it unless you type in the whole word itself. And someone realized years and years later that it's been shadow banned, so they re-uploaded it. All right, now remember that reptilian dude with the 3 head thing? This gets really weird. So, you know what's the funny part? If the government never got YouTube to shadow ban this, I would have given this 0 weight to what you're about to see here. What I'm about to show you something is, on US television, right, Barack Obama's giving a speech. There is this weird dude at the front, this weird CIA dude at the front, okay? And he's got this weird shaped head. And he's moving around and no one knows what the hell's going on, okay? You think, it could be a weird dude. He's got a weird shaped head, right? Yeah, it looks like a reptile, but hey, there's a lot of weird, ugly people out there, all right? But not you. You're a baby doll, baby cake, and a sugar pie. So what actually happens is one of the Israel TV news caught him from behind. Now, this is where it gets really weird. This was an angle that no one was meant to see. Do you see him? Now, apparently, what he's actually doing on camera is freaking shape-shifting. What happened to your ears? Like, excuse me, sir. Your ears are missing and your nose is morphing. A normal human is not meant to do this. There's some weird stuff going out there, friends. Like I said to you, okay, if I watch this, I'm like, well, yeah, it could be Photoshop, could be video. I don't know what's going on. But when I found out it was shadow banned, I'm like, what the hell? Why would you go out of your way to shadow ban this, friends? They even put this through these different lights and these filters. You can actually see the dude's, his ears actually disappear. His ears come back to the side. All right. Remember the reptilian dude? Look at this. Look at this. It's the reptilian dude. So a lot of weird stuff's happening. Okay. A lot of weird stuff's happening. You know, so I even made a post about it to share with everyone. I'm like, that's so strange. I thought these were all fake. Now, if they were all fake, why is the government doing stuff like paying villagers to say, no, it wasn't an alien, it was something else? And then what are they doing? Shadow banning these random weird videos that say, reptilian dude. You know, this is, something's going on, friends. We know something's going on. We know there's a crescendo being built up. By the way, you know, even I make a joke here, like, that MF is not real. That guy's not real, okay? So there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. This is, by the way, this is a zoom up of that guy's head. Now, it's fascinating that this stuff is happening. Of course, I make a joke about it. Haha, foolish earthlings, okay? Frightened of a creature that doesn't exist. Simpsons got this thing right. They're just making fun. Isn't this exactly what we get told on TV? And, you know, because we're in crypto la la land and it's just a financial casino, we have to just wonder what's going on. So, you know, this is amazing. No one believed me when I told them this about Uniswap. Yes, the beloved fake DeFi Uniswap. And this really rocked everybody's fluffy slippers, right? Uniswap. So not only, okay, they removed Hex off their page because they're fake DeFi, but this is who Uniswap has had employed from the start. They hired the chain analysis executive, okay? They basically, what these dudes do is they're filthy subhuman trash. They go and they dox everybody on the chain, and then they go to the government, and then they reveal everybody's identity. And they built software for the government to spy on everyone. Now, of course, somebody was going to do it, but hey, you know what else? Somebody's going to do it. Well, guess what? Someone was going to make a YouTube channel and just tell everybody what's going on, you know? So how about that? You know, it's a free world. You want to rat on everybody? Well, I can help everybody too, right? Fair is fair. Now, this is where it gets a bit more nefarious. So Uniswap also employed the New York Stock Exchange president, the former president. He's literally working in Uniswap in New York. They also employ a former Obama senior spokesman. They employ former Fed economist. There's a former BlackBerry executive. Hello. Like, come on, man. It's so obvious, friends. Something is building up to a crescendo. There is an insider plan going on. You know, I was posting this information about Uniswap before the BlackBerry Bitcoin ETF. And now, look, you put all these pieces of the puzzle together. You know, all right, you know, hang on. Something's coming, and it's probably going to be a psyop. That's all I'm saying, okay? Whether aliens are real, whether, you know, BlackBerry's really going to scam us, whether the government's really inside, or the government's maybe long crypto already, it doesn't really matter. I just want you to know one thing. There's only one thing me and you can actually do, all right? As we progress in the cycle, all right? Because, friends, you know, aliens, bugs in the trees, going along. Me and you, we can't do anything about it, all right? That alien dude, he's not going to tell us when the bull market's going to start. He's not going to tell us about the top. All me and you can do is we are going to travel along this line, and eventually, and I don't know what price, eventually, we're just going to hit a crescendo where we look to our left and right and we realize everybody is partying naked. Laser eyes are back. Everybody's calling for an Ethereum ETF. Jim Cramer's calling for $300,000 Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs and the JP Morgan insiders are saying Bitcoin could go to $500,000 and flip gold. All those exuberant, irrational, euphoric types of narratives will start appearing one after each other. Bang, 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 bang. And everyone's going to think it's just getting started. What I'm here to tell you is, remember all the big series of bangs we had at 2021? We have to be ready when the bull market top comes. It could be 2024, could be 2025. Hey, or it could be completely offbeat and happens much later than that. But eventually it's going to come. And unfortunately, just like how I was extremely unpopular for being bullish at the bottoms, When that time comes, I will once again be crucified, and I will be extremely unpopular because I will be saying, I'm sorry. I know you need another 5x to retire, but there's euphoria now. Unfortunately, you did not carry enough risk on your portfolio back in the day, so you didn't get long enough. And no one is going to want to hear that, all right? And no one's going to want to hear that because when you look ultimately at the end of the day, how did I start this video, friends? I told you we are in the then they fight you phase, okay? F for fight. They're here to fight us. They're here to try and get all the volume to move to CBDCs, to move to their pre-approved government whitelist stablecoins, all right? Now, if people are going to keep hodling, diamond handing Bitcoin, that's a problem for them. They will do everything they did, just like I told you in 2022. On every collapse, they said, ha, you need government regulation, okay? Just like how that happened, they're going to bring it out again. They're going to bring out the fangs. And unfortunately, and yes, I weep for the innocent people, but the market's going to force them in. It's the people who are the non-believers, the people who say Bitcoin's going to die, the people who will be bearish, that when they're finally in and they finally capitulate in and they go, you know what? You're right. Bitcoin is going to $100,000. Once we've finally got them in at 60, 70, 80, unfortunately, that might be when the buying ends. That's when something happens. I don't know what it is. An alien comes down, dumps on the White House. It could be the S&P 500 rolling over. It could be some sort of bomb goes off. It could be an earthquake. I don't know what it is. Don't bother trying to predict them, friends. Just, I want you to just be prepared, please. Like, all I can do is shout from the rooftops 30,000 times because this is literally the only chance. If this happens, at least you could see it coming. And don't forget, friends, aliens do walk among us. I mean, on the right here, you have Janet Yellen. On the left, you have a Pudgy penguin. If this doesn't make you a believer, I don't know what will. Tell mum and dad we're still going to make it. We haven't lost our marbles. We just know something's going on there, friends. They're building up the news. They're starting to say stuff that governments don't normally say. We can tell our antennas, we're picking up some weird stuff. And we know it's coming, all right? So don't worry about anybody else. Me and you have to focus on what we can control. And yes, in this game of investing in speculation, all we can do is control how long we hold for. And at the end of the day, we are holding out for euphoria because that's what peanut brains do. You know what else peanut brains do? Like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. I'm going to catch you in the next one.